It was perfect in my head.
I meant to get a clip of this before I took a bite out of it, but it was just so good. I'm kind of debating going in there and getting another one. The lemon honey. Oh my gosh. So good. This is from this place called Pepperbox Donuts. I'm in South End right now. It's right down there. Jenny's Ice Cream. And I think I'm about to go thrifting. After a treacherous drive through Charlotte, I made it to Thrift Pony with their little infamous Thrift Pony bus. Y'all, this place has amazing deals. I think the last time I came here, I got three jean jackets. Like, one was J. Crew, one was something else. I don't know. They were nice quality, hardly worn. No more than like $8 a piece. It was crazy. This is why I don't go to Starbucks, y'all, and I just make my matcha at home. I requested light ice. The cup is filled more than halfway with ice. So essentially, like, I'm paying for a small cup of iced coffee with the amount of ice they put in here. I've learned every time I ask for light ice at Starbucks, they do not do it. They refuse to do it.
More for ourselves than being a caretaker. And so in a way, the travel wife trend feels like a huge step back.
Good morning. It is like 8:30. I'm about to eat some breakfast from Cracker Barrel. And I hate to be like a complainer in general, but one thing that always irks me is when you get vegan substitutes for things, they upcharge you, and then this is what's disingenuous to me, is they don't tell you they're about to upcharge you. I just feel like, and I'm not trying to be overly complaining, but as somebody who's been vegan for so many years, like, I've witnessed this happen so many times where people don't even try to accommodate or try to let you know if you're being upcharged for something when you make an alteration that actually is less value than what they're serving. So, like, I got this breakfast platter, and it comes with eggs and then your choice of a side. So for my side, I was like, I want to do hash browns. Wait, what am I doing wrong? What am I saying wrong? Oh, it comes with a meat, eggs, and then your side. So I wanted the side of hash browns. And then for my meat, I asked them to do the Impossible sausage. And then for instead of the eggs, I said, can you do grits? Grits are grits. Eggs are eggs, okay? They not only upcharge me for the grits, for like replacing out the eggs, they upcharged me for the Impossible sausage too, when they were going to be putting ham on there. You know, ham from like an actual freaking pig. They charged me $2 extra for that too. So, and it's so funny when they try to do stuff like that, because not only did you give me something of lesser value that you could have charged me the same amount for, and just made a note on the system, or you could have just let me know you were going to be charging me more for a meal that was $3.50 less. But they did neither of those things. And then on top of that, well, and I'm sorry if you don't like this opinion, but I don't tip when I'm going in a restaurant to pick up food. What am I tipping you for? They only started that during COVID. I think people forgot that was never a thing. Like, they literally only started that because of COVID. And people just like fell in line, because I feel like I'm sounding like freaking like some conspiracy theorist. But no, like, people just fell in line because it makes them feel uncomfortable. And it's like a mental thing of like, oh, like, they're going to think I'm a bad person. It's like, they're doing their jobs that they're getting paid to do. They're not a waitress. They are standing at a desk, at the most handing you a bag, and then you're processing your payment. They don't even take your card. You do it yourself. And then have the nerve, sorry, I'm going off. And then have the nerve to ask on the little notepad thing, like the little checkout digital thing, oh, how was your service today? How clean was the restaurant? That's what I just saw on there. And I'm sitting here like, I can't answer that question. I just picked up my food, and why are you asking me these questions? So I stared at the screen for like a good 5 seconds until I saw this little tiny like skip button that was available for you to press. So they're just like scamming all the way around. But I said all that to say, like, even if I was the kind of person to tip when I'm picking up my own food, and they even ask you to tip for like curbside pickup now. Oh, because we hand it to you at your car. That's freaking crazy. After you placed the order, you drove, like, maybe I won't agree, but you can't change my mind on that stuff. But anyway, like, people should pay their employees appropriately so that we don't have to overcompensate by tipping them. But getting back to my original point, even if I was the kind of person to tip for something like that, I'm definitely not tipping now because you just took an extra $3.50 from me. So instead of just charging me regular for food that is less value than the one with the meat options and the egg options, you literally could have got potentially a tip too. So y'all, that is my gripe this morning. I know people will not necessarily agree with that hot take or whatever, but I don't care. Like, that's crazy. And then this is how they throw my food together. This is my side of pack. This is how it looked in there. I didn't move anything around. This is how they threw my food together. Craziness. All right, I'm gonna eat this food and then head off to my destination, y'all. Bye. Back to the matcha saga, y'all. So I went back to the same Starbucks today and I said on the speaker, and can I do light ice? And then I go, like, half the amount of ice that you normally do. And then he goes, okay, and then your pizza order, and he goes, so light ice as well. And I said, yeah, like, please, like, half the amount of ice. Like, I had to reiterate it. And I said it really nicely, but I get to the window, they give me my drink, I just finished it. This is how much ice they put, okay? This little bit of ice, perfect. The drink was just as cold as it would have been with a bunch of ice. I'm thinking for dinner, I'm gonna do Thai food. And there is a Thai place where I'm at. I'm in Winston-Salem, if I didn't already mention that. Because I love Thai food, and they have two curries that I really like. They have the Penang curry, and they have the Massaman curry. So I don't know what I'm gonna go for, but I just hope that it's good. I hope that it's a good value. Lord help me, Jesus. I'm gonna run into this Five Below right here. I'm trying to see if they have like cutesy stuff, like kitsch stuff in here. So like if they have a cute little keychain or whatever. Like, I'm just bored and I want to do something lighthearted to take my mind off of work today. That was just like, you know, encapsulating since I've woken up until right now. I just picked up my Thai food for dinner. Y'all, look at how big this is. And it's full and hot. So I'm freaking out because back where I live, if I go to a Thai place and order this is the Massaman curry, and this is the yellow curry with tofu. This half of this container, so like down to here, is $22. This was $14, like $14 for each. That just shows me how much I'm getting scammed otherwise. This one's not full all the way, but whatever. I feel like this video is just like how Ariel gets scammed with food. And then also with the cost of that, you get rice, but I'll let you know how it is. I am literally pissed. This is the first time I'm pissed for a good reason. The curry, both curries, are amazing. They're amazing, which means they're $14 huge containers of curry. They also both have sweet potato in them mixed with a regular potato. I love sweet potato, and I'm like, that is so like creative. I don't know if that's normal. I've never had them put sweet potato in my curries in other Thai places. Y'all, I've eaten this much so far. So like this one barely scratched the surface. This one like almost halfway. I had them mixed up. This is actually the Massaman curry, and it's a lot thicker. So I'm like only eating a few bites, and it has cashews in it, and cashews are super high calorie and they fill you up really fast. So it's easier to eat the yellow, clearly. But I am so hurt because I can take some of this to my job tomorrow and just eat it instead of what everyone else is eating. The only problem is I'll have to eat it cold. Or they have microwaves down in like the break rooms of the place I'll be at, but it's not my break room and I feel weird going in there heating this up. And honestly, like, food discrimination still exists in a way. I don't know the proper terminology, but it's a lot more acceptable for someone to heat up a freaking microwave meal that has no nutritional value in it, that doesn't smell like food, smells like freaking like preservatives, than it is for someone to heat up Indian food, any kind of Asian food, basically. I feel like if I try to heat up this Thai food, there's gonna be commentary and If there's one thing I can't stand, it's when people, especially in the workplace, give food commentary. Because one, I did not ask. And two, it's extremely rude when you're giving a comment or a rude comment or saying something negative about the smell of something someone's about to consume, especially when it's not native to your culture. So like, while you're over there eating a burger and fries that don't smell like anything, because again, they're just like processed, no seasoning, like it's just meat, bread, and freaking potatoes, like the fries. If I bring this curry with all the seasoning and smell, then it like triggers people like, oh, who brought this offensive smell in the room? It's like, don't be upset because I can't blame people for being ignorant, I guess. I kind of can though. But it's like, educate yourself, bro. Like, of course the food's going to smell like something when you heat it up because it has seasoning. I think people are so desensitized to what actual food smells like. And I'm not just saying actual food like, oh, Asian food or this kind of cuisine. But like, it could be an Italian dish. It could be an African dish. It could be a South American dish. I think Americans particularly are very harsh and judgmental towards other cultures' foods because we only eat freaking potatoes and meat. So I said all that to say, like, I'm worried about bringing it tomorrow. And if I do, I might just eat it cold to avoid the commentary and, oh, what are you eating, Ariel? Why aren't you eating? I think they're having like Olive Garden tomorrow. Why aren't you eating this like processed pasta and red sauce with a bunch of sugar in it? Why? Why are you eating that stinky Thai food, you know? Which I think smells amazing, but whatever.
Tackiness, hopefully. We'll see how it goes, but I think it'll be something nice and special to do for her. Regardless, here, I'm gonna try air frying the tortillas to make them very crispy.